We are going to do problem number 10 from guide 3, and we need to find the third derivative of the problem. So first we look at the problem and we can see that it's a sum and difference rule. We have three terms, this is subtracting, and the third term is adding. So the rule says that to get the derivative of the function, we need to first find the derivative of the first term. So this is the first derivative. To get the derivative of the first term, we need to apply the natural logarithm rule. And the natural logarithm rule says that we need to find the derivative of the term that is inside the parentheses, which in here we're going to apply a power rule over the same number of the term. So it's 8 times the derivative of what is inside the parentheses, that is power rule 4 times 2, 8x, x4 minus 1 is 3 over 2x4, the same one. So we need to simplify it. We multiply 8 times 8, 64, x cubed divided by 2x to the 4. In here we can simplify even more. 64 divided by 2 is 32. And in here we can divide we have the same variables and both are monomials, so we can take the 3x's in here, and in here we leave 1. So it's 32 over x. We found the first derivative of the first term. Then the derivative of the second term, we go down. We apply the power rule. So it's negative, here is a 1, negative 1 times 2, negative 2, x, we take x squared minus 1, x. And the derivative of the third term we don't have it because we don't have a variable, so it's 0. So this is the first derivative. Now we have to look for the second derivative. Again, we use the sum and difference rule. The derivative of the first term, in this case we have to apply a quotient rule. That is, that denominator, just as it is, times the derivative of the term that is on the top. That is 0, because in here we don't have a variable. Minus 32, just as it is, times the derivative of the denominator, that is 1, over x, the denominator squared. In here, x times 0 is 0, so we cancel it. Negative 32 times 1, negative 32 over x2. This is the second derivative of the first term. Then the derivative of the second term is, we have to apply the power rule. So it's negative 2 times 1, negative 2, x1 minus 1, 0. So we just leave it like that. There is no variable here. This is the second derivative, but we need to find the third derivative. To find the third derivative, again we need to use the sum and difference rule. So derivative, first we need to find the derivative of this one, and then from the second term. The derivative of the first term, again we need to use the quotient rule, is denominator just as it is, times the derivative of the top one, minus denominator just as it is, times the derivative of the denominator, that is power rule, so it's 2 times 1, 2x squared minus 1, just x, over the denominator squared. So we simplify the first term to get the third derivative. All this multiplies and it's 0, so we just leave it like that. Negative 1 times negative 32 times 2 is 64, x divided by, in here we can multiply 2 times 2, x squared, all squared is x4, x to the 4th, and the derivative of the second term, we don't have variable, so it's 0. Well, it's subtract. So in here we can simplify. We have both our monomials, the numerator and the denominator, so we cancel this one, and we have in here, it leaves 3. So it's the third derivative of the problem is 64 divided by x cubed. And this is the answer of number 10 from guide 3. Yeah.